for Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Nelson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Marcus Mariota with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been. But it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now here's Ross. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Over! 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 Over!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at about the 14. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
One. Three.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Three.
First down, Mariota. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half. Are they going to measure revenge there? Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Cohen. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hot! Hot!
Now it's the backup Darnold. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. On the return, it's McKenzie. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Forced out to his left. Still fighting for more. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Mariota to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think that's something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long here for Mariota. Being chased out left. It's caught left side by Cooks. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one. Another thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. To throw Mariota. And that is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Detroit! Gun!
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to jump that off to his running back, Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Mariota now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hookup there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now here's Ross. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That good for 22 and a 1st down. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! 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 56.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. The one running back is Gurley. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, Mariota escaping the pressure right. And And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Mariota, flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll set up to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robbins, and that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They run. This is Cohen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Oh, he bowls over it. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Gurley again here on first down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, they run with Gurley. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
second down, this is Gurley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
And we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And